Hey, Bethune Bears, Grizzlies, what's up? Just wanted you to know that I'm making this video so you all can figure out how to start using Study Island more effectively. We've had some conversations with some parents, and they're saying that some people aren't seeing their assignments, they don't know what to do. So I'm going to show you what we expect you all to do. And to do this, I made a fake profile called Self Quarantine. So let me go to her page, and this is she because I made the page. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go here. Okay, so here's Self Quarantine. She has all of her assignments. She has 8th grade math, 8th grade ELA, 8th grade science, and it says here 8th grade social studies. So you have all of your subjects right there. So let's go ahead and start right there with social studies. I'm gonna click view assignment. I made this video once already, so I messed up, but we'll try again. I go right in here. I have 5 assignments here. I click. I'll go to this one since I haven't done the basic principles of government. When you open up, now you all know you don't know the basic principles of government. I know I probably don't even know them. So you need to do the lesson. That means you go right here, click on lesson, and it tells you principles of U.S. democracy. Democracy, federalism, republicanism, constitution, majority rule, minority rights, consent of the governed. All of this information, and it has a diagram of the legislative, executive, and judicial branch. Checks and balances. It gives you all that information, and there's another page and another page about the U.S. Constitution and the preamble. These things are really important. Yeah, you need to go over this, especially in this day and age. So you finish your assignment. Once you finish the lesson, a green check mark appears. That's how we know you did it. Guess what? Study Island tells us that you did not do it if we go to the check mark. If you're showing that you tried a social studies lesson and you're getting 20%, you didn't do the lesson. Take notes on the lesson, review the lesson, and then try to practice. So now I'm going to go into basic principles. You know what? I did the lesson, I read it, but I'm not quite sure I remember everything. So I'm going to go to flashcards. Wow, look, rights to which members of society are entitled, even though they may not be part of the controlling group. I bet that's minority rights. I just saw those words. Minority rights, yes. Ugh. Social studies. Yeah. So I go in there, I did it, and it shows the next question. I click to go to the next one, and then I click finish. After that, I go to my practice. Now I'm going, which of these statements is true regarding the preamble of the Constitution? I choose one. I'm going to choose anything randomly because I want to be, oh, doggone it. The preamble does not grant any powers, nor does it limit any actions. It merely states the reasoning for the Constitution. The Supreme Court has said that the preamble should be used to consider the history and intent of clauses in the Constitution itself. That is huge. The intent of the Constitution. If you pay attention to anything that the Supreme Court is doing or any laws that are made, they always talk about the intent of the founding fathers. So I should have gotten that one right. Oh, man. So I write it down, take some notes, finish it. Then I go to save session because I did a lot of social studies today. Whew, got it done. Learn something new. I'm done. Then I'm going to go back to my classes and I'm going to go over here to science. Science. I go into science, physical and chemical properties. I need to do that lesson. I need some help. So I'm going to look at the physical and chemical properties, scroll down, a lot of notes, a lot of information. Then it's 2 pages. Go up, here's a picture that shows me what a physical change is and the difference with a chemical change. And that chemical change, I mean, good grief. I hate it when things get old and rusty. So I go back to my lesson, I could continue. I go in here, which of the following is a property of an acid solution? Acid solution, I want to guess again, let's see. I didn't read all the lesson, but if you read it, you probably would know the answer. Maybe you might know. pH less than 7. Bitter taste. slippery to the touch, turns red, litmus paper blue. Well, I don't want to taste my solutions to find out if it's a property because that's dangerous. So I'm gonna just say pH. Oh, okay, right. I should have been a doctor. Ah. So now I got that right. Hey, but I can still look at my explanation. Acids have a pH less than 7, have a sour taste, and turn litmus paper, blue litmus paper red. And then this one said turn red litmus paper blue. You see how they tricked you? You already probably know about the colors and they tricked you. Bases have a pH greater than 7, have a bitter taste, and turn red litmus paper blue. Even though I probably got that correct, it doesn't hurt to look at the explanation because it's showing me what I need to do. Then I go save session. Because I'm going to do a lot of science today. My head is hurting. So I'm going to click done. And I'm going to go to my classes again. And I'm going to go to math. And I'm going to go to square roots. Square and cube roots. So once again, I have a lesson. I'm looking at my lesson. It's telling me about the square root of the 12 perfect square that's shown below. Gives me some information. It's 7 pages of notes. Oh, another page, another page. Oh, look at this, a video. Click on the image below to watch a video about square roots. If I'm still not understanding, watch the video. It might help you. So that's on page 4. Let's see, where is it? Another video on page 6. Did I miss 5? Video on page 5, square and cube roots. Introduction to square roots. I think they should have done that one first, if you ask me. But introduction to cube roots. So you have all of these. They should reorganize those videos. But either way, you can look at those videos and that will help you. So I click finish, I did my lesson. Whew. Once again, I have a little check mark here. Now, before I start that practice, I need to do some flashcards. Oh, simplify. Oh, it's asking, oh, let me get some paper and pencil out. Do my simplify. Show answer. Yay, look at that. Okay. Finish, solve for X. Oh, I can do that. That's one thing I remember in math. Definitely solving for X. So I want to leave and I want to go out and I'm going to go back to my classes and then I'm going to go to ELA. And I'm going to skip in here and I'm going to go in and do a lesson. Simile and metaphor. I mean, can we get beyond this, please? How many times, how many years? Idioms. They give you an example. Personification. Symbolism. Puns. Verbal irony. We talked a little bit about irony at the end of the year, at the beginning, but not that much. But that's a good one to learn. So we go in here. Now I want to go back to my figurative meanings, and I'm going to do the flashcards. Analogy. I mean, they're giving you more stuff. Metaphor. Finish. Then I'm going to go to the practice. Then, one thing about ELA, there's so much reading. So you've got to go in here and actually read and then figure out where this stuff is supposed to go. Match the figurative language. Save session. Oh, okay. If you just did this every day, we can see what you did and that will keep your skills up for next year. We want to keep you focused on making sure your skills stay sharp. Okay, everyone? We don't want you to fall backwards. I mean, it's going to be hard because you're at home by yourself, having a good time, playing video games all day. But we need you to do some work. So I'm going to go back here. Wanted to say thank you. Yes, I'm at the school because it's easier for me to make this recording here and I can upload it. And I hope you guys take this and use it to help you do your assignment. All right. Take care.